Welcome all. Topics for today's tutorial are documentation string and good programming practices. Quite theoretical concepts. We will see one by one. It is also called as a docstring. Documentation string, docstring. It serves the same purpose as that of comments. They are designed to explain code, especially functions are well explained using documentation string. They are more specific and have a proper syntax compared to comments. They are created by putting a multi-line string to explain the function. We will see at the time of explanation of documentation string using code which are the different possibilities using which we can create docstring or say documentation string. The first statement of the function body can be string, which is also known as a documentation string. It is compulsory. The first statement of the function should be a string if you are able to make use of documentation string. They are important as they help tools to automatically generate online and printed documentation. Once documentation string are written, we can make use of it to prepare online documentation. Triple quotes are used to extend docstring to multiple lines. This is similar to our multi-line comment concept. This documentation string is accessed through double underscore doc double underscore attribute of the function. Now see sample code here. We have function definition. The function is fun1. The first statement inside function body is a multi-line comment. This multi-line comment is no longer a multi-line comment, but it will be treated as documentation string. Why? Because it appears as the first statement of the function. Yes, we already seen that in order to have multi-line comment, we use triple quotes. Okay, but at this moment, this is the first line, so it will be treated as a documentation string. How it can be displayed? We have seen the attribute double underscore doc double underscore that will display the documentation string. So once we execute this particular program, we will get the output. This function is used to print message. It displays message Python program. See its example. This is the actual code. The code is same here. It contains one definition, fun1. It is having one print statement only, and it prints Python programming. Before this print statement, we have used this multi-line comment. This function is used to print message. It displays message Python programming. Now whenever we execute the program execution will start at line number 8. Print, and we have passed one parameter to this print function. The name of the function, then dot operator, and then this attribute. Using this syntax, we can display the documentation string corresponding to that function. Would you like to print the documentation string for say input function? So how it can be done? Yes, print input dot double underscore doc double underscore. Right? So now at line number 8 we will get the documentation string about function1, And at line number 10 we will get documentation string about function input. The difference between these two functions is input is library function while fun1 is user defined function. So execute the program. Okay, so we get the output for first, that is documentation string explaining fun1, and then we get documentation string explaining input. So this is how we can get the explanation about the function using documentation string. Now we will move to the next point, that is good programming practices. Following basic points are considered as good programming practices. Instead of using tabs, use 4 spaces as indentation. Use blank lines to separate functions, classes, and statement blocks inside functions. Use comments to explain the code, as well as we can write documentation string to explain the function. Use spaces around operators and after commas. It will be more readable. Name of classes should be written as class name. Example, student information. What we have done? We have combined 2 words, student and info, such that first letter of each word is capitalized. Name of function should be in lowercase with underscores to separate words. Example, we have 2 words, display information. So these 2 words are joined by means of underscore, and all letters are lowercase. So these are the few good programming practices. All of you must adhere to these programming practices. Reference for this tutorial: Python programming using problem solving approach. Thank you for listening to this tutorial. We will see in next tutorial modules and packages. Bye.